Hey guys, Enterthestars, and by now you've heard about the devastation across the Midwest with tornadoes and dozens of people who have lost their lives. Thoughts and prayers go out to those people, and understand that these incidents are probably not accidents. Now, throughout my life, I've had this reoccurring dream of dozens of tornadoes off in the distance, spawning one after the other across places where they should not be. And that always sat with me and stuck with me for all of the years that I had that reoccurring dream. Well, here we are, and some of these tornado paths went like 200 miles. Tornadoes of very high magnitude at distances they had not seen before. Normally, tornadoes touch down and they move on pretty quickly. But in this case, they went through 4 states. These are not natural occurrences. And you have to ask yourself, what is the motive behind things like this? Well, there are entire states across the United States, and you won't see this in the mainstream media, but there are entire states who simply did not want to play along with what was going on over the past 2 years. And in those particular states, you would go into stores and gas stations, and there were very few people going along with what we've been going through for the past 2 years. What better way to get someone or a state or a group of people to comply with you than to facilitate something like this? So, keep these people in your prayers. Much of it is just trying to get inside of people's heads. Yes, people died, but we're not talking hundreds or thousands. We're talking about dozens. And that is bad enough as it is. But when you see these kinds of headlines, understand that they're trying to fear you out of these places. So they'll talk this up. And so don't give in to the fear. Stand your ground and be strong. Now, the Air Force is having to do the same. Here's the Air Force's plan to deal with the unPokemon-stickered airmen and guardians. Yes, these people are under the threat of losing their entire careers in the Air Force. And look at how they talk about these people. Look at how they talk about people who supposedly made a sacrifice to defend their country. This should tell you everything you need to know. The Air Force Wednesday released its plan for kicking out airmen and guardians who refuse to get fully Pokemon stickered, saying anyone without an exemption is subject to discharge. The service faces losing or reassigning nearly 23,000 members who have not complied with the public health mandate. It says VidCo poses a direct risk to the health and safety and readiness of the force. Pokemon stickered against VidCo is essential to military readiness. So, 95% of airmen and guardians are fully Pokemon stickered, and it says people are fully considered fully Pokemon stickered 2 weeks after receiving the second Pokemon shot. And 18,000 uniformed personnel are either awaiting a decision on a religious exemption request, have explicitly refused it, or have otherwise not started the shot process. Nearly 4,800 people secured medical or administrative waivers. No religious accommodations have been approved. Unbelievable. So, this is what they're having to deal with. What else do we have in the headlines? Well, tell us how you really feel. Portsmouth Herald. The unPokemon stickered should be at the back of the line for emergency care. Really? Wait a minute. I thought that every patient was important. Even people without money. But apparently, if you don't have the Pokemon sticker, you go even to the back of the line behind the people that can't even pay. I mean, this is crazy. It is past time to implement crisis standards. Wait a minute. I still have yet to see blaring sirens running down the street every 5 minutes. The only labor and essential worker issues that we have are because they're firing people for not getting the Pokemon sticker. It's not because people are dropping out because of VidCo. So what's really happening here as they implement crisis standards? Well, I guess New Hampshire, something else is going on up there. They've had some kind of surge. But they're highly Pokemon stickered. I think it's 80% there. So what's really happening here? So now they're going to continue to blame the people that didn't get it, the 15 or 20% that didn't get it. It says this letter is addressed to the NH medical community at large and the governor. And it says, governor, rather than those responsible for engendering and prolonging this crisis. So the people that didn't get the sticker are now being blamed for prolonging the crisis. Wow. So, back of the line. Interesting. We are now second-class citizens. Now, we already felt that happening, right? But now they're actually putting pen to paper, and they are going to make this official. This is Reuters. Judge temporarily blocks New York City Pokemon sticker mandate for the public sector. We're not sure how long this is going to last, but as it stands now, this New York judge has temporarily blocked this mandate that I think it was the mayor, put out there that said that public sector workers now are required to get the Pokemon sticker in New York. Justice Frank Nervo of the New York State Court in Manhattan said the prohibition will remain in place pending a December 14th hearing to consider a formal restraining order. He has not ruled on the mandate's merits. Nervo's order came soon after Blasio said New York would also require private sector workers to get the Pokemon sticker. So, a sigh of relief for a few moments. Now, this is interesting. They're now conceding that many of the people who are getting the new variant are already Pokemon stickered, including this woman. Now, this article is interesting because they go in here to actually say that there's mixed information that's been given out and that things are not what they seem. Let's read this. She was Pokemon sticker but still got VidCo. Millions face waning immunity. Booster confusion. More than 4 million Ohioans, like Heather, an otherwise healthy 47-year-old mother, are now eligible for the booster. She wanted the extra booster, but didn't think she was eligible. When she visited the urgent care, she went for an antibiotic and left with a positive VidCo test. I've gone this whole time without getting it. You know, that's what people like me are saying. How do you go 2 years into this? You know, rarely mask up, rarely distance, rarely did any of those things. I don't have it, and the people that I know don't have it and never did. So how's that even possible with how contagious this thing is? How's that possible? I don't know. But you're not allowed to talk about that. I'm sharing my personal experience. She said, admitting that she'd let her guard down, not wearing a mask, thinking the Pokemon sticker had her fully covered. It seems crazy to me. I knew I got the Pokemon sticker, but I also didn't get my booster. Technically, she was following the shifting rules from the C to the D to the C, which made people in her age group eligible for the booster 10 days after her visit. After the visit, she developed a raspy, wheezy shortness of breath on her fourth day of symptoms as she sat in a jam-packed waiting room in Cleveland. In the exam room, a nurse popped in every few minutes, but not to check on her. They were so busy, they were looking for open rooms. Mixed messaging, uncertainty, and the initial overselling of what's still providing or proving to be highly effective Pokemon stickers have many people confused about whether they can and should get a booster. So there they say it right here. Mixed messaging, uncertainty, and the initial overselling. Wow. Now this is the article saying this, not me saying it. So, what else does this article say? Public officials and hospitals execs are seeing an unprecedented wave of patients. They're like Isolé in many ways, between 30 and 50 years old with no underlying health conditions. But unlike Isolé, most people admitted to the hospital arrive unpokemoned. So, there you go. That's what's going on with people that are getting... Now, look at this. They're actually trying to say here in the Telegraph that unstickered people should be forced into lockdown, like what's going on in Austria. And according to their quote-unquote polls, 1 in 3 people believe that this should be the case. Unbelievable. You see, what's happened is the mainstream media has convinced people that it is the fault of the people that did not get the sticker that this thing isn't over yet. They're blaming them. And people believe it. Part of the reason why they believe that is because they gave in and got it. You know, it's like, I don't know, back in grade school. And remember, everyone got something, and then the person that got left out, they were basically forced into it because everyone was so mad that they got it first, and they weren't going to let you not get it. You got to get it too. Or I remember growing up, and if my brother and sister got a whipping, they were going to make sure I got one too, even if I didn't do anything wrong. It's kind of like this, isn't it? It's kind of like this. Now, here's more disclosure. Reuters. Most reported U.S. Omicron cases have hit the fully Pokemon stickered. Unbelievable. Most of the only 43 cases so far were in people who are fully Pokemon stickered. Every single one of them. And a third of them had a booster on top of it. Wow. Oh, wait. It says 43 attributed to the Omicron. 34 had been fully Pokemon sticker. 14 of them had also received a booster. Although 5 of these cases occurred less than 14 days after the additional Pokemon sticker before full protection kicks in. While the numbers are very small, they add to the growing concerns that current Vidco Pokemon stickers may offer less protection. They should be asking why nobody who was not stickered got it. That's the question they should be asking. If I was a scientist, that's what I'd be asking. I'd be like, why aren't the people that aren't stickered getting it? But I'm not a scientist, so I don't know anything, right? So those are the headlines. Tomorrow we'll be live looking at the film Rupture. And I found lots and lots of stuff in that film. It's about a woman who gets kidnapped and basically becomes a prisoner of this secret cult who basically is trying to transform her into a reptilian. So we'll take a look at that tomorrow. And then Tuesday, we will be doing Toy Story 2. I've already got that completed, so I'm looking forward to presenting that for you guys as well. Much love, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care and be safe.